Patrick, Dick Diener of Fond du Lac has had some very good teams these last couple seasons. Those teams did not make it to the state tournament. Now the Cardinals are here at 14-10. How have they done it?
Well, I tell you, it's amazing. They lost the last 4 games of regular season. But it goes to show you, March Madness tournament time, the last 2 years got beaten in the sectional finals, didn't make it. All right. This year they're here. Rice Lake lost the last 2 years in the sectional final. They both made it. So it should be a great game.
Fond du Lac, it sure helps to have a big kid inside. And the Cards have that in 6'11", Ed Ross.
That's right. He's 6'11". He's averaging 10 points a game and 7 rebounds. And he's going to be a big key for Fond du Lac, as well as Rice Lake has to be able to attack Ross. Be a big key for Fond du Lac.
Your Menards points of the game for the Fond du Lac Cardinals. On the other side of the coin, the Rice Lake Warriors. Good balanced scoring up and down the lineup. But Trey Crotto, the one player in double digits, and he's a 6'5" kid that can play inside and outside.
That's right. He's averaging 14.4 points a game. He's a senior as well, and he's their key. He's the one to go inside, outside, and could create a big problem for Fond du Lac.
Now, you get to see Rice Lake twice a year in the Big Rivers Conference, and you know quite a bit about Fond du Lac and Dick Diener. What are the keys to this ball game, Pat?
Well, the key, number one, is they're going to have to be able to handle their pressure, because Rice Lake's going to full-court press. But they did a nice job against Sheboygan North, finally like that in the sectional final. So Rice Lake has to get something off their pressure defense, because if it gets the other end of the floor, there's a little bit of a mismatch up with the big kid. And so that's going to be a big key, how well they handle the press, and if Rice Lake can get some turnovers off the press.
Should be an interesting matchup. Records, we can throw them out, because they're both here at the state tournament.
That's right, even though 14-10, but Rice Lake's still 20-4, and Rice Lake's a very dangerous basketball team. And remember that Fond du Lac's from a very, very good basketball conference, and you can throw that record out the window.
Absolutely. Well, we'll be back to meet your starting lineups, but right now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
And I'll take one of those things.
The Parisian mocha flake?
Yeah.
Success on the court is built on hard work, commitment, and support. The same values necessary to make Wisconsin's public schools great schools. Great schools place students in classrooms that work. Great schools depend on great teachers and staff. And ultimately, great schools benefit everyone. Please support the investments and initiatives that make our schools great, because every kid deserves a great school.
There is a place where progress is made, where innovations and discoveries happen every day, and people are dedicated to finding answers, like a community program with one purpose: to keep children immunized. By forming unique partnerships, immunization rates have dramatically increased and are the highest in community history. It's discoveries like these that happen every day at a place where the future of medicine lives. Marshfield Clinic.
It is time to meet our starting lineups. For that, let's send across court to PA announcer Mike Mankey.
And now, here are the starting lineups for tonight's Division I quarterfinal game between the Rice Lake Warriors and the Fond du Lac Cardinals. For Rice Lake at guard, a 5'11" senior, number 14, Derek Bach. And starting at guard for Fond du Lac, a 5'11" senior, number 24, Mike Millage. Starting at guard for Rice Lake, a 6'1" senior, number 20, Dominic Call. And at guard for Fond du Lac, a 5'10" sophomore, number 13, Robbie Springboard. Starting at guard for Rice Lake, a 6' junior, number 30, Dustin Quinn. And at forward for Fond du Lac, a 6'3" senior, number 4, Lee Greschel. Starting at forward for Rice Lake, a 6'5" senior, number 40, Trey Crotto. And at forward for Fond du Lac, a 6'3" senior, number 12, Matt Sprader. Starting at center for Rice Lake, a 6'4" senior, number 42, Steve Bagoon. And at center for Fond du Lac, a 6'11" senior, number 34, Ed Ross. The head coach for Rice Lake is Mike Johnson, and the head coach for Fond du Lac is Dick Diener. The referees for tonight's game are Michael Guest from DeForest and Lee Roberts from Rio.
34.
It is time for the Got Milk starting lineup. From Wisconsin's dairy producers, Fond du Lac, Robbie Springborn, Mike Millage in the backcourt, Lee Greschel, Matt Sprader up front with Ed Ross, 6'11" senior in the middle. Rice Lake Warriors, Derek Bach, Dominic Call in the backcourt, Dustin Quinn, and Trey Crotto up front, Steve Bagoon in the middle. Your Got Milk starting lineups. Fans ready for this one? You got the helmets on.
They're all ready for some action.
I tell you, in some of these cheering sections, you need that.
Oh, it's great, though. Great to see the enthusiasm, the high school kids getting after it there.
Rice Lake wearing the dark uniforms, blue uniforms with gold trim. Fond du Lac in the white. The Cardinal numbers and trim. Rice Lake, the second place team in the Big Rivers Conference. Fond du Lac, fourth place team in the Fox Valley Association, but they have made it here to Madison. One of 8 teams in Division I. Tip controlled by the Warriors of Rice Lake. We'll start off. This is Derek Bach with the ball.
Now, Fond du Lac open up now man-to-man. That's pretty much your basic defense. He said they play pretty much man all night.
Bagoon up top. Ed Quinn lost it momentarily, gets it back. Bach. This is Dominic Call. Crotto up top. Greschel on him. Crotto takes it in, loses the handle. Lee Greschel gets it. Now Robbie Spring. Cardinals first to the ball. Quinn on Springborn. Get it to Sprader. Inside Ross. Backs in, turns, shoots, short. Gets it back, puts it up and in.
That's right. Stay with the shot real nice. And of course, 6'11", got his rebound, put it in the glass.
Fond du Lac on top, 2-0. Bagoon will try from the baseline. That rims out. Another rebound for Lee Greschel.
Looks like they sort of dared Bagoon to shoot that. You got to get up on him very good.
Springborn dishing for Ross. Gets it back. Can't get that shot to drop. Rice Lake running to try to get it ahead to Dominic Call, but it's turned away by Fond du Lac.
Good hustle back by Springborn there and got the interception.
Fond du Lac looking for some motion. Swing it up top, Greschel.
Rice Lake's playing man-to-man defense here too now, Bob. To get started, both teams open up man-to-man.
Quinn on Springborn. Now Greschel. Crotto on him. Greschel swings it. Sprader up top. Millage, three-pointer on the way. Good.
All right, nice shot. Kicked off, found the open man, hit the three.
Fond du Lac jumps out to a 5-0 lead over Rice Lake. Early first quarter. Division I quarterfinals. Wauwatosa East and Madison La Follette winning this afternoon. Who will join them in the semis? Be one of these two teams right here. Driving. No that time for Dominic Call. And a rebound to West.
We got a little bit deflected. They kind of shot good defense by Fond du Lac.
We have a whistle, a foul, and that's going to go on number 30, Dustin Quinn. Let's look at that last three-pointer. Mike Millage clear at the top of the key.
That's right. Nice, got his legs in the shot. Nice rotation and hit it.
The 2002 WIAA tournament is brought to you by the Wisconsin Education Council, encouraging you to stay involved and lend your support because every kid deserves a great school. See some numbers on Fond du Lac as Springborn goes in and scores. It's 7-0.
That's right. Rice Lake now, just big possession Rice Lake. They look a little nervous, need to settle down a little bit. Try to get a basket right here. Probably try and go inside to Crotto.
Bach up top with it. Rice Lake trying to get something going here offensively. Not much has worked so far for the Warriors.
Fond du Lac's playing an excellent man-to-man defense right now. Not going to guard Bagoon, looks like.
Bagoon takes it up strong. Won't get the shot to drop, but he will go to the free throw line.
They shot earlier and they're kind of sagging off. That might be the game plan to dare him to shoot from the outside.
Foul goes on Ed Ross. What Fond du Lac likes to do is just put Ross down low and just let him camp underneath. And that may open up some opportunities for Steve Magoon, the 6'4" senior.
I tell you, just kind of patrols the lane, doesn't really have anybody to guard, and dare take off probably they figure probably the poorest outside shooter. He'll get the rebounds if they miss.
Magoon, a 60% free throw shooter on the season, gets that first one to drop, and Rice Lake is on the board. Mike Johnson goes to his bench, brings in 24 Adam Prohovnik. Derek Bach will come out.
One thing too about Rice Lake not being able to score, they can't get in their press here.
2 of 2 from Magoon. Now Rice Lake will put the press on. It's full court. Fondy gets it to Springborn, just a sophomore. A player who's done quite well this season for Fond du Lac. Really improved over the course of the year.
Good
One of
matchup
the reasons
here.
why Fondy is here.
Quinn and Springborn be a good matchup. Sophomore and junior out here. He's your main ball handler. Does a nice job.
Ross spins, scores.
Let the ball get down a little too low in the paint that time. Made a nice fake, used the glass, and put it in.
Ed Ross has 4. Fond du Lac on top, 9-2. Here's Crotto, Rice Lake's leading scorer this season. With Greshel on him. Magoon, baseline shot, no. Rebound tracked down by Fond du Lac. Right now, Fondy getting all those hustle plays.
That's right, and they're pretty much limiting Rice Lake to one shot right now. There's very few second chance points here.
Springborn fouled on the way up. And Robbie Springborn will go to the free throw line. That's the second personal foul on Dustin Quinn. We have a whistle and a timeout for the Rice Lake Warriors. It's a full timeout, so we will step aside to hear a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
If you think we only offer insurance, if you think we only offer them innovative financial ideas, if you think we're only for farmers and ranchers, think again. Insurance, investments for everyone.
In Wisconsin, see your rural insurance agent.
A passion for learning. Excellence in education. Pride in sharing the rewards of accomplishment. That's why we established the Marshfield Clinic Science Award, presented to the students and teachers of each championship school. Winning at life, it's how you play the game.
Back at the Kohl Center, Fond du Lac, an early lead over Rice Lake, 9-2. And the Fondy fans happy with this one so far. And Robbie Springborn will go to the free throw line, trying to extend that 7-point lead. Springborn, 59.5 from the line this season, averaging just under 5 points per game. A little short on that first one.
That's one area he's got to improve on, only being a little sophomore. He's only shooting about 59% from the free throw line. I'm sure Coach Diener wants him to get better at that by the time he's a junior.
Like any coach, Dick Diener's going to find any number of things for these underclassmen to work on.
That's true.
That's the whole deal right there. You work on that game during the offseason. That's where the kids can really make their big improvement. Prohovnik goes to the glass, rims out, rebound Ross.
Again, one shot that time. Fond du Lac's doing a great job on their defensive end of the glass.
Springborn drives in, kicks out Millage. Greshel, Sprader, Springborn. Drives, blocked from behind. Well defended that time by the Warriors. Mike Johnson and his staff wanting some more intensity out of his team. Greshel looking inside. Fondy, patient on offense.
Nice job trying to get that ball inside to Ross.
either Ross or Greshel. There's Greshel right there looking for that high-low. He'll pop the jumper. No. Rebound Ross. Up and in.
That was a nice rebound. He got the rebound and kept it high. Bob put it right back in. Didn't bring it down at all like a lot of big guys do. Nice job of keeping it good and high and put it in.
6 points for Ross. It's a 10-point lead for Fond du Lac. Bagoon will pop the jumper and hit. Steve Bagoon.
All right, that was a point for Rice Lake right now because, again, they sagged off and hit the shot now.
Well, as you say, Pat, you can't set up the press unless you're hitting shots or hitting free throws. There's a steal right there. Here comes Dominic Call. Goes it. Hanging scoring.
Great athlete and a great move. He's a quarterback in their football team. He's one of the best all athletes in the Big Rivers. All of a sudden now it's 12-6 and a 12-2.
The defensive stop that time for Rice Lake. They've cut this lead down to 6 points. A lot of times these games go through that little feeling out process early on and they kind of settle into a good flow after that.
Both teams are nervous. First time state tournament.
Millage has his second three-pointer of the game. He's got 6 points. 15-6 Fond du Lac.
He got his average already. 6 points. His average, he got 6 in the first quarter.
Nice cut, nice pass, foul. As Chris Miller cutting down the lane, the sophomore, took the pass from Corrado. This is what, as we look at the replay, this is what Rice Lake wants to do to you. Wants to force some turnovers with the press.
That's right. Good steal here. A nice layup here by Call.
Chris Miller at the free throw line, 6'1" sophomore guard, averaging about 4.5 points per game. Left you a little long on that one. Now more subs in for Rice Lake. 50 is Corey Kramer. Eric Bach, the starter, back in. And 44, Greg Fisher, also into the ball game. 4-2 that time for Chris Miller. The lead is 9, 15-6 Fond du Lac. Hart jumped out to an early lead. They've held on so far for this first quarter.
They'll change the defense now. Rice Lake went back to a zone, you know, a 1-2-2 zone.
And I think Dick Diener wants Rice Lake to come out of that zone, so Fond du Lac just playing catch-up up top here near their half-court line.
Gonna hold the ball. Coach Diener's gave him the word to hold the ball here and try and pull him out of the zone.
5 Colin West into the ball game for Fond du Lac. That's him with the ball. Now Rice Lake trying to get ball pressure. West with it. Put us up top. Swing it around. Now Matt Sprader. We're under a minute to go here, first quarter.
Good patience by Fondy. Now pull him out of the zone about 20 seconds ago, and they're still looking for a good shot. They're probably now into 40 seconds.
West travels. Well, eventually the pressure gets to you, and it does that time, and Rice Lake forces the turnover. The second for Dick Diener's Fond du Lac Cardinals.
I'll tell you that they're trying right for the last second shot of the quarter and turn it over, and now Rice Lake's got a chance to cut into the lead here.
Dominic Call coming back in for the Warriors, replacing Adam Prohovnik. And Trey Crotto checks back in for Rice Lake. Dick Diener telling us yesterday that Trey Crotto impressed him in that sectional final win over Rhinelander, and one of the keys for the Cards was to keep Crotto from getting a lot of points, and so far Crotto's not been much of a factor.
No, I don't think he scored, and of course we got to give credit to Gressel's done a great job on it.
Dominic Call takes it strong. Crotto had the rebound momentarily.
Oh, nice save.
Crotto going up strong. He is fine. So I think Rice Lake, even though the Warriors have 6 points, we take a look at the good hustle, they're starting to do the things that got them here. Hustle after the ball, scrap after it.
That's right. Watch this play here.
Now they're back to just playing basketball.
Good hustle, great save. Well, draw the foul.
Saw Dominic Call do that many a time on the football field, diving ahead for a couple extra yards. Warriors football team doing quite well this past year.
Yes, they did. A great job. That's the first point by Crotto. That's huge for Rice Lake because Gressel's done a great job of foul like number 4 guarding him. And Coach Jeners, that's a key because they go inside, outside, and the whole key that they had to do a good defensive job on Crowder. So far, they've done it here. With got 14 seconds left in the first quarter.
And on the subject of football quarterbacks, Lee Greshel, quarterback for Fond du Lac. The springboard.
A lot of good two-sport athletes on both teams here now.
No question about it. Springboard. Pass down low, contact. And it's going to be a foul. And it's a charging foul on Rodney Springboard. Mike Johnson lobbying for that charge, and
well, we had
took the official a little while to make his call.
He was thinking about it. You know, that's a block charge call. He didn't give the signal. Came in at about 5-second delay there what he was going to call.
5.6 seconds to go. Fond du Lac with the 15-8 lead. Rice Lake trying to cut into that lead right now. Here's Chris Miller. Ahead. Prado. Takes Greshel, puts up the shot. Off the rim, no good. We have played 1/4 of basketball. Fond du Lac leading Rice Lake 15-8. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station.
Soak up big savings on this beautiful Lions tub and shower system at Menards, featuring built-in head and neck support plus armrests for a soothing soak. Add this caulkless tub surround for a professional finish, just $237 for the system. Add the finishing touch to your bath with a stylish Broan medicine cabinet. These two styles are $69 each. A cabinet with light is $99. For a beautiful bath, head to Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
No other dealer can make this offer. During Kaiser's construction sale, every new Ford comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. That's a $1,200 value, included in the $99.99 price on a new Kaiser Ford. Rebates up to $4,400, 0% financing. Only at Kaiser Ford, Todd Drive on the Beltline, Madison.
They got to get on track.
We are back at the Kohl Center. 1/4 in the books of this Division I quarterfinal. Fond du Lac leading Rice Lake 15-8. Here is your game summary, sponsored by Wisconsin's Genuine Community Bank's financial power, right here at home on the web at communitybankers.org. Second chance points, rebounds in favor of Fond du Lac, and when you've got 6'11", Ed Ross, that's a big reason why.
That's right. It's a 15-8, 7-point difference, and all those points came in the paints. And again, they're a bigger team than Rice Lake, and Rice Lake has to get something off the press. So, plus a little bit of job on trying to get a second attempts at the basket. He's been one shot and out for the first quarter.
Fond du Lac with the ball to start the second. This is John Shavy into the ball game for the first time. Sprader.
Interesting point here. Ross is not starting the second quarter.
Shot from the baseline, no that time. Prado pulls down the rebound. Matt Sprader not connecting on that one. Prado firing it down court, trying to hit Pagoon. But the turnover, Fond du Lac takes over. Third turnover for the Warriors.
It's the second time they had a break going, and Fond du Lac got a hand on the pass there where the guy was open down the floor, but couldn't quite complete the pass.
Rice Lake back man-to-man now. Had that zone momentarily, but Fond du Lac held the ball, and that pulled the Warriors out of that zone just like that.
Took care of that.
Millage. He'll pop the long three-pointer. No. Rebound Pagoon. And Derek Bach running for the Warriors. Prado. Greshel banging around inside. That matchup right now. They find Bagoon. Steve Bagoon going to the glass and scoring.
He's a nice shot picking up the scoring slack for Prado right there. Nice pass, and now they're in the full court press again.
And without Ed Ross in there, Steve Bagoon, more room to operate. Bagoon has 6. 5-point lead for Fond du Lac. Greshel. Millage. Sprader. Shavy with it. Now Millage again. Ball on him. Not as much of an inside presence for Fond du Lac without Ross in the ballgame.
Both teams pretty evenly matched up without Ross in the game. And Fond du Lac did a nice job of being very patient here.
There's a nice move by Greshel.
Right. Got the ball low in the block there.
He's got 2. So there's some inside presence when you got 6'4" Lee Greshel in there. 7-point lead. Fond du Lac. Bach driving. Fouled on the way in.
That's right. Good penetrating move here by Bach to do the foul.
Let's look at that again. Rice Lake guards like to penetrate.
At the line for Rice Lake, Derek Bach, shooting 2.
The foul goes on 44. Casey Wiest. Bach normally an 82.2% free throw shooter.
You see a lot of kids miss a couple free throws. I know Quinn missed a couple on it too. It's different background for shooting, Bob, than any place else in the gyms in high school with this big wide background.
Teams get 25 minutes on this court for their shoot-around. And you kind of have to make the most of it.
Yep.
You know, oftentimes, well, sometimes you see it. Teams come out here and shoot the lights out, and other teams just takes off. Just kind of depends. Rice Lake applying full court pressure, and it paid off in a turnover. So the Warriors will regain possession. Bach to throw it in. Lob inside, Prado. One-on-one with Greshel. Trey Prado. Double, spins, shoots. Went glass. Didn't get the shot to drop. Whistle on a foul. That's going to go on Bagoon.
That's a good hustle foul. They'll still be going to the glass trying to get some second chance points here. He's picked up a foul, but they'll still be able to press because the ball's underneath the basket here.
Unauthorized use or rebroadcast of this program without the express written consent of WKOW Television Incorporated is strictly prohibited and a violation of U.S. copyright law. Chris Saberlich in the ball game for Fond du Lac. He was number 31. Now Sprader handling the ball with Springborn on the bench for Fond du Lac. Casey Wiest dumps it to Greshel. A whistle before that shot drops. That's going to be an offensive foul on Fond du Lac. It goes on Wiest. That's his second.
In from the Cardinals, number 20,
Sean Bartelt into the game for Fond du Lac. Both coaches going to their bench in this second quarter. Of course, the college floor a little bigger than the normal high school floor.
That's right. And, both coaches do a lot of subbing so far in this second quarter.
Rice Lake forcing 5 Fond du Lac turnovers. Warriors have turned it over 3 times. Whistle on the drive and a foul. That's going to go on Fond du Lac.
Rice Lake's much more aggressive now the last couple minutes. So coming to the basket, starting to draw the fouls. Right? Fond du Lac a little foul trouble here. We've got 6th or 7th foul already.
Rice Lake is into the bonus, that being his 7th team foul on Fond du Lac. Sends Prohavnik to the free throw line. There you see his numbers. Rice Lake, a big reason why the Warriors are hanging around in this one. Success from the free throw line, something you would expect from a team that shoots pretty well during the season. So now Fond du Lac, 2 starters on the bench. Here's Shavy going up strong. Contact, nothing called. And Derek Bach comes down with it for Rice Lake. Paul in a bit of trouble. Gets it out of there. And here's Crowder, the player that the Warriors really like to get on track. Spins in the lane, kicks it out. Paul drives, contact, offensive foul on Dominic Paul.
Yeah, probably pretty good call. The charge ref came out with a charge call that time. Before he didn't exactly know, but this time he came out and called it. Again, a real key. Greshel done a great job on Crowder. Crowder can't get a lot of shots on, but he does make a spin move. Fond du Lac is really helping out on him.
First foul on Dominic Paul, 4th team foul on the Warriors. Brady gets it ahead. Sprader. Sprader gets it back. Saberlich. Shot on the way. Shady. No. Greshel tips it up and in.
Oh, nice rebound. Nobody blocked the ball. He right to the glass. Everybody's kind of watched the ball, and he right and got the rebound.
Lee Greshel has 4. It's a 6-point lead for Fond du Lac. Rice Lake trouble handling the basketball. Fond du Lac comes out of there with it. Now a big scramble. Players hitting the deck. Possession arrow pointing Rice Lake's way.
3-4 guys in the floor, die for loose ball. One guy got a leg on it.
Guys banging around. Dustin Quinn back in for Rice Lake. Now with Corey Krautkramer, number 50. The Warriors will inbound. Derek Bach trigger this one in.
Big possession for Rice Lake now. They get a chance to cut the lead down to 4. They came down 4 to cut it 2 and had that charge. So it's a big possession for them.
Rice Lake shooting better from the free throw line than the Warriors are doing from the floor. And one of those good news, bad news type stats.
That's right.
Now without Prado, let's see what the Rice Lake Warriors do to get points. Missing the shot that time. It was on line by Dustin Quinn. Rims out, goes out of bounds, and the Warriors will keep it.
One thing, too, Ross has been on the bench the entire second quarter so far. Now Prado's out, so both big guys are out. Let's see if Rice Lake can pick up some points here.
There's a drive to the basket, no good. Contested by Gresham. As Adam Prohovnik took it inside. Three-pointer on the way. No, that time. Sean Bartelt.
Fond du Lac's doing a nice job of getting back, Bob. Rice Lake so far has got a really fast break basket through points here because Fond du Lac is really hustling back on the defensive end of the court.
Warriors with the basketball. Down by 6. Bach picks up the dribble. Now he's got Quinn. Accidental lane back to Bach.
Fond du Lac's done an excellent job in their man-to-man defense. They're making Rice Lake work for everything they get, and so far that's a key, holding Rice Lake to 13 points because they're averaging like 65 points a game. But Fond du Lac's only giving up like 46. So
Dominic Hall driving strip. Shavy with the steal. Attacked at midcourt. Offensive foul goes on Matt Sprader. Let's take a look at this one. And as many people will tell you, the hardest call in basketball.
yeah. That's what they get paid the bucks for. But they better. That's about our 4th or 5th charge now so far this quarter. Both coaches are arguing about that, but.
Dominic Call goes inside to Prado. Back to Call. Prado banging inside with Gresham. That pass thrown away. Steal by Sprader.
Nice defense there by Sprader.
6th turnover for the Rice Lake Warriors. Here's Gresham going to the glass. No, rebound Call. Nice drive that time by Lee Gresham.
That's right. Nobody stepped in for Rice Lake. He's wide open to miss the basket.
Prado fouled on the way out. Talk about the job they're doing on Trey Prado, because here's a player, one of the top players in the league of his conference. He's just having a hard time getting on track.
Yes, he is, and you have to give the defense credit for Fond du Lac. They're helping out. Here, Cable, look at that. There's 3 white guys right there on your screen in the replay. He gets the ball down low. Everybody's kind of helping out on him, sagging, but double teaming him, making rid of the basketball.
Rice Lake sectional final game against Rhinelander supposed to have been played last Saturday. Got postponed because of the weather to Monday. And that allowed Dick Diener, whose team played on Saturday and won, to go to Marshfield and scout that sectional final in person. So he gets to see himself. Doesn't have to rely on other people's scouting reports. He gets to do it himself, and a little bit of an advantage for the coach.
He told me yesterday to shoot on big advantage because you can watch people on tape, but it's not the same as seeing an actual person.
And one of the players he picked out on Rice Lake was Trey Prado, so you can imagine he spent a couple days trying some things out that would kind of neutralize what Trey Prado does for the Warriors.
He said if they didn't do a good job on Prado, there's no way they could win the basketball game, and so far they've done it the first half.
Going to the glass, basket, and a foul. Sean Bartelt cutting back door, getting the pass and scoring. Let's take a look at this one again.
The Rice Lake fouls on the 10, Chris Miller. Back in for Rice Lake.
Nice dish by Sprader.
That's right. Double team down to the basketball. He's back up to the basket. Nice pass. Do the foul.
One of those offensive sets where it didn't look like anything was going on, and all of a sudden here comes Bartelt going back door. He's got a chance to convert the three-point play.
Get some great help off their bench, especially now the spring going and both Ross on the bench, and they maintain the lead.
Dustin Quinn trying to take that one in. defended well by Fond du Lac. Ball goes out of bounds off the card, so the Warriors will keep it. Down 7. Just over a minute and a half to go here in the second quarter. Steve Bagoon with it. Now Quinn. They lob inside. Crotto backing in on Gresham, puts up the shot. Trey Crotto scores.
Worked hard there. That was good defense on Gresham. Just simply, Crotto got up over the top of him and put the basketball off the glass and in.
6 points for Trey Crotto. It's a 5-point game. Pressure in the backcourt. Straight man-to-man pressure coming up the court for Rice Lake.
So no run and jump there, no double team. Just kind of played one-on-one.
Millage, three-pointer on the way. No, rebound Bagoon.
Rice Lake's done a much better job the last 3-4 minutes of giving them one shot.
Trey Crotto going up strong. No, gets his own rebound, knocked out of bounds. Good defense by Lee Gresham. Well, this has been a good battle so far between Lee Gresham and Trey Crotto. That's a physical play. And
so the ref's talking to Crotto a little bit there. He thought he got fouled on that play there. He didn't call it. He started talking a bit, so talk to the referee.
Ball goes out of bounds. Turnover, Rice Lake. 7th turnover for the Warriors. Full court pressure applied by Rice Lake, but a little too tough defense, and a foul will go on 10, Chris Miller. 15 fouls on the Warriors. Adam Prohovnik back in for Rice Lake. Less than a minute to go here, second quarter. Fond du Lac with the ball and a 5-point lead. Dominic Call, number 20, back in for Rice Lake. Pass comes into Sprader. See if Fond du Lac decides to play for one shot.
Sprader's done a really nice job of handling the basketball this whole second quarter here, Bob, for Fond du Lac. Real nice job.
Exactly, with the point guard Springborn, who had done a nice job in the first quarter, but Springborn and Ross on the bench this entire second quarter.
Good balance by Fond du Lac to put those two good players on the bench the whole quarter. Down to about 15 seconds, about 10 seconds, they go at the basket. There was some kind of a set play.
Here comes Sprader. Clears himself in a shot and scores.
Nice execution that. Right four, lower right. Got a shot through there, hit it.
Dominic Call at the buzzer. Almost banks one in. We have played one half of basketball. Fond du Lac leads Rice Lake by a score of 24-17. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
For great carpet, head to Menards. Shaw attached pad carpeting is stain and crush resistant and great for any room. Durable Corrington Berber is 69 cents a square foot. Classic Touch plush carpet is soft underfoot, 89 cents. Give interior wood a new look with Minwax. Spray stain goes on without messy rags or brushes. Finish the job with Minwax Spray Polyurethane. Your choice, $3.99 a can. Spray on big savings at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
They get up each day and they go to work. They maintain the power that lights our homes. They farm the land that feeds us. They care for our children. They fix what is broken. They solve problems. They find answers. They show us the way. They show us the world. They show us the future. They are graduates of Wisconsin technical colleges. Where would we be without them?
Ever wonder where your money goes when you deposit it in a mega bank? It usually goes a long way from where you live and work. Right into the pocket of someone who probably doesn't care much about our community. But at our community bank, your money stays right here, investing in and building our own community, instead of one halfway across the country.
Wisconsin's genuine community banks. Financial power right here at home. Visit us at communitybankers.org.
The Rice Lake dance team providing halftime entertainment here at the Kohl Center. But the Warriors of Rice Lake trailing Fond du Lac 24-17. Bob Redovich back with Patrick Hammond. And Pat, how has Fond du Lac built the 7-point lead?
Well, they're playing very excellent man-to-man defense. They're doing a great job on Troy Crowder. And, of course, finally hit the shot about 3 seconds left to have to put them up, you know, 24-17. A key play in the about maybe 20, 30 seconds left when Crowder missed a bunny down there, got knocked out of bounds. That'll put it about a 3-point ball game. And, of course, come down the scores, now got a 7-point swing. But they have to get him the basketball more, and I think try and get a few more turnovers off their press, because Fond du Lac's doing an excellent job attacking on the other end. Very patient, working for good shots. And they're not making very many mistakes. Fond du Lac is really taking good care of the basketball.
What does Rice Lake have to do to get back into this one?
I think what they have to do is try and turn the tempo up a little bit more and see if they can't get 1 or 2 fast break points. They've had 2 chances for layups, but they're throwing the ball away. Good deflection by Fond du Lac. And guys are open at the end of the floor. But they got to try and get a couple easy points, because in a half-court game, Fond du Lac simply is not making it easy for Rice Lake to score.
We'll be back with first-half highlights and stats, but right now let's send it up top to Jay Wilson.
All right, Bob and Pat, thanks very much. And I'm here with a special guest, Mark Collins of Turtle Lake, the president of the WIAA Board of Control. And Mark, you're a brave soul. You drove down here today. I heard a whole bunch of snow up north, huh?
It's coming down pretty good right now, I guess, Jay. It's one of those late season snowstorms, sure.
Well, it's the boys basketball tournament. We have to have one every year, it seems, for that.
Absolutely, but 10 to 14 inches, that's a lot of snow.
Yeah, and I heard some schools were closed up north today, so if you're thinking of coming tomorrow, please keep track of the weather forecast. WIAA Board of Control, you're the president. Tell us a little bit about the makeup of the Board of Control and what it does.
Jay, we have 10 members on the Board of Control, and they're elected on a statewide basis that represent different districts in the state. And we're basically the governing body of the membership. It's similar to a school board. We have monthly meetings. We have a great executive staff in Stevens Point that runs the ship, and there's a lot of committees. It's just almost run like a school district is.
You talk about how you're getting input from all areas of the state, and that's critical in this situation, isn't it?
Absolutely. It comes from the districts, and every decision that we make, it's basically gone through a real in-depth committee structure before it even gets to the board level. We have a coaches advisory committees, sports advisory committee, an advisory council. So there's inputs from all aspects of the membership.
In any organization, a lot of times people feel, well, I don't have a voice, and if I have a complaint or if I have an issue or a concern, my voice won't be heard. But it sounds like that isn't the case in the WIAA.
Oh, I don't think so. If people do have concerns, there are certainly avenues for them to go through. Next month we have our annual meeting in Stevens Point, where all the membership gets together, just like an annual meeting for a school district, and there'll be a number of issues that'll be discussed at that time also.
Through the years, there have been many hot topics, hot issues. Membership option with Whistler schools was a very recent one, for example. What are some of the issues you're facing these days in the WIAA?
I think one issue that'll be addressed at the annual meeting in April is the summer participation and the coaches' contact with athletes during the summer. It's been one of those things that we've talked about for a number of years, and how much contact a coach can have, and the membership will have an opportunity to discuss it and vote on it in April.
One of the big topics about this basketball tournament series this year was the first time for seeding, where teams were ranked according to what people thought were their power in the sectionals. How did that turn out, and did it turn out to be what you would hope?
From what I've observed this year, I think it's turned out real well. And again, that was one of those things that came from the membership up through the committee structure, and because we've talked about it for quite a few years, and the timing was right, and people wanted it, and everything I've heard has been positive.
Yeah. The landscape of high school athletics is always changing. It sounds like you're expanding more football playoffs to 7 divisions coming up, and a lot of other sports are seeing expansion as well.
Right. I think we're about making opportunities for kids, and the more opportunities that we can create, I think the better it is for the kids in the state.
And finally, a quick word about the relationship between the WIAA and the University of Wisconsin. It's been a good one for a long time.
It's been a good one for a long time. They provide us with excellent facilities. The Cole Center is one. Some of the places that the public usually doesn't see us. It's where we have our swim meet, and where we have our tennis meet, and where we have our golf meet. It's great opportunities to bring high school kids to.
Mark Collins, president of the WIAA Board of Control from Turtle Lake. Glad you made it safely. Now that you're here, stay for a while, okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Mark Collins, thanks for joining us. Division I quarterfinals continue. We're at halftime. Fond du Lac leads Rice Lake 24-17. Now with a look at first half highlights and stats, here's Bob Bredovich and Pat Hammond.
Jay, thanks very much. Well, Fond du Lac, Pat, in this game jumped out early as we check the highlights. The Cardinals get it going early on. Rice Lake maybe a little nervous to start this ball game.
Well, I think any time you're in a state tournament, that's true. The kids are nervous. But let's watch the highlights here again. Rebound. All right, put it back up by Ross. Tipped the ball very high. Did a nice job.
6'11" Ed Ross scoring there. Rice Lake getting a steal here off the press. This is Dominic Call.
That's right. Nice move. They only got like 6 points off the press, but again, that'd be critical this half.
Fond du Lac working the ball around. Here's Mike Millich firing the three.
That's right. Need a couple of those. He's averaging 6 points a game. He's got 6 in the first quarter.
Another shot coming from the outside. Watch Lee Greshel tip this one in.
That's right. He had a great half, offensively and defensively.
Some nice passing here. Sprader to Bartelt in the basket.
That's right. Drew the fouling, a three-point play.
Here's the guy Rice Lake's going to really need to get going if the Warriors are going to come back in this one. Trey Crotto operating inside against Greshel.
That's right. And again, you see how hard he has to work for his shots. And they played good defense on him. He just made the basket.
Matt Sprader, though, for Fond du Lac, sinking the shot there. You see some of the reasons why Fond du Lac has a 7-point lead. Your halftime stats, field goal percentage in Fond du Lac's favor. Rice Lake hanging in there with the free throws.
That's right. The points in the paint, they got 14 points in the paint in the first half. Fond du Lac did. And Rice Lake only got 2 points off their fast break. But look at our stats here. Everything's fairly even except the field goal percentage, 27-48. And that pretty well tells the story right there.
Your leading scorers so far for Rice Lake, Crotto and Bagoon with 6 apiece. Dominic Call, Adam Prohavnik, each with 2. Fond du Lac led by Eddie Ross, who sat out that entire second quarter. He's got 6. Mike Millich 6, and Lee Greshel with 4. Speculate a little bit. What are these teams talking about at halftime?
Well, I think as we talked about, #1 points in the paint make a big difference for Fond du Lac, and then only got 6 points off turnovers, 2 points off the fast break. Rice Lake has to get something off the fast break or the press if they can, or they're in trouble. If they can do that, it should be a very close basketball game. Otherwise, Fond du Lac very patient, do a nice job attacking the press. We talked about Sheboygan North gave them full-court pressure on last Saturday night and didn't have any turnovers. And the Coach Diener, that's a key. If they don't turn the basketball over against Rice Lake, and if they can stop Crowder, they'll be in the game. And that's exactly pretty much the story of the first half.
We will be back with the second half, but right now we're going to step aside to hear a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station.
Woodworks Furniture Factory Authorized Sale is going on now. Generous factory discounts are passed directly to you from all of our major manufacturers. Woodworks on Watts Road.
Just once, I want these guys at Subway to talk to me about something besides food. Hey, Scott, you know that girl at the pet store?
The redhead?
You got something you want me to tell her?
Yeah, Subway has a Mediterranean chicken sandwich. Tender chicken, feta cheese, and Greek vinaigrette dressing. Subway!
Do you want to buy from the #1 volume GM store in your market? Shop Madison? No way. The #1 GM store is in Janesville, Wisconsin. It's Fagan Chevrolet. Thanks to our many loyal customers for helping us to be the #1 dealer in the area. Are you ready to buy a new vehicle? For the biggest selection and best deals, visit the area's GM volume leader like everyone else does. Fagan Chevrolet Cadillac, 3601 East Milwaukee Street in Janesville, or on the web at faganchevrolet.com. Don't let those other guys tell you otherwise. We are #1.
You're watching WKOW-TV, Madison.
Back at the Kohl Center, Fond du Lac leading Rice Lake 24-17 as we get set to start this third period of action. Place filling up nicely, although we understand some of the Rice Lake buses a little slow getting down because of the weather up in the northern part of the state.
That's right. Bob Nelson, the principal of Rice Lake, told me there's about 7 or 8 buses that were late getting here. So he said the weather's pretty bad up north, and hopefully they can get down here, and so can the other fans. But you got to drive safe because it's pretty bad up north, I guess.
Someone with a Hi Mom banner up top. I don't see a send money.
No, that's
usually with the line that comes after Hi Mom.
It's only the first half, Bob.
Yeah, that's true.
Second half now.
You hit Friday this tournament. Everyone's looking for money. Fond du Lac to inbound the basketball right in front of us as we start this third quarter of action. Springborn back in for Fond du Lac. This is Millich inside. Ross, Greshel goes up. Glass, good.
That was a real nice pass. Ross to Greshel there again. The 2 seniors, 2 of their leaders. Great pass.
6 points for Greshel. Let's see if Rice Lake can answer. Quinn loses the handle. Crowder, Greshel on him. Greshel did a good job defensively in the first half. But Crowder did get 6 points, but he got a lot of those from the free throw line.
So he had to work for everything he got, too.
Lagoon. Now Crowder. He'll go up strong. Off the glass and good. Trey Crowder with the bucket.
That's right. And that's the first time he's taken the ball to the glass very aggressively. They probably talked about that at halftime.
Trey Crowder, a senior, doesn't want this to be his final basketball game of his career. Springborn's going to call the timeout. Lost the ball. Got into a bit of a pickle there. 30-second timeout. We will tell you that the 2002 WIAA tournament is brought to you by Marshfield Clinic, a leader in medical care, research, and education since 1916. I'm seeing a few motorcycle helmets in that Fond du Lac section. That must be the big fashion statement over in Fondy this year.
I don't know. That's something. That the big wigs. They got a couple of big wigs in the crowd, too.
Part of the magic of March. Wait, if you're in the bandana business or the face paint business, beads.
The beads, I tell you, beads are big the last year or two. I'll tell you that. Get the beads and sell those beads.
Surprised you don't have a side business.
I could use that. Interesting that last timeout, the Fond du Lac young man called the timeout, and then the referee pointed to the Rice Lake bench, and the coaches met together at the 10-second line. I wonder who got that timeout.
Something we can check on as we proceed here second half.
The Rice Lake's playing man-to-man here this whole third quarter so far. A little more ball pressure this half than they had first half. They get much more aggressive. Crowder on the ball here now. Call.
Well, that's one of the reasons Rice Lake is here. They played aggressive defense and managed to force turnovers. Something both teams have done this season.
Yes,
you don't get to the state tournament unless you can play defense.
No, that's true. You got to be consistent, because some nights you got a good night offensively and some nights you don't, but your defense got to be consistent for you. And obviously your Fond du Lac only giving up 46 points a game, giving 19 up so far, so that's why we're here in the state tournament.
The lob down low. Ross. No. Rebound Crowder. Nice pass that time by Greshel, but Ross could not convert that one.
Almost returned the favor. Last time went from him to Ross inside. Oh, Mr. Bunny.
Lagoon getting good position down low. Went up over Ross, but could not get that shot to drop. Remains a 7-point lead for Fond du Lac. Backdoor cut. Off the glass. Millage. Nicely done. Excuse me, Sprader.
That was nice little backdoor cut with 1-4 offense. We saw that this afternoon, too, a couple times. Nice backdoor play.
4 for Sprader. Dick Diener's team has a 9-point lead. Here's Mike Johnson. Trivia question about Mike Johnson. Do you know the connection between him and our own Ted Stefani?
Yes, I do.
Good.
Yes,
Tell
I
our
do.
viewers.
They both went to Creighton University, and Mike Johnson was a freshman when I heard that Ted was a senior, although today Ted was only a junior, but they both were at Creighton University together.
Call, three-pointer. That rims out. No good. Rebound, Springborn. Fast break opportunity. Millage. Layup. No. Knocked out of bounds. Who's basketball? Looks like Fond du Lac will keep it. I hope I don't hear any hazing stories. Stefaniak against Mike Johnson, the younger guy.
They did have a little shoot-off yesterday, and Johnson made his first one, and Ted missed his second one. I don't know what happened after that. But
I heard an air ball is what I heard, but be that as it may, we don't have video to prove it. Mike Johnson, then after that year at Creighton, after all that hazing from Stefaniak, transferred to UW-Eau Claire, where he had a very nice career.
Yes, he did. Excellent ball play.
Crowder on the baseline with Greshel on him. It's been a good matchup so far. Crowder spinning into the lane. Good help defense by Matt Sprader, but he is called on the travel after taking that ball away from Trey Crowder.
That's right.
Now Adam Pravnik back in for Rice Lake.
He forced him baseline, and Cameron got some help and stole the ball, but then couldn't hang on to it.
And number 44, Greg Fisher back in again. Fond du Lac had that time to go and scout Rice Lake. Looks like they've picked up on a few things that Trey Crowder likes to do.
I was curious also, Rice Lake having to play on Monday night and all the emotion and It goes well, getting ready to come down, leaving, getting down here by Wednesday. Not much time to prepare for a lot of things either.
Three-pointer online for Dustin Quinn, but a little long. Kind of gone that way for Rice Lake tonight. Now Fondy will reset. Fond du Lac in control of this one, 28-19. Approaching the halfway mark of this third quarter. Springborn drives, puts up the shot. No. Rebound Prado. Three-pointer on the way. Prohavnik, long. Rebound Millage.
Again, Rice Lake really is not getting very many fast break points, and that's a credit to Fond du Lac. They're getting back on defense and making it work for their shots.
Greshel three-pointer, no, tipped up and in. By Matt Sprader, he's had a nice ball game. He's got 6 points. 11-point lead now for Fond du Lac. Hitting that time, Derek Bach.
Got a 2 or a 3, I couldn't tell.
That was a two-pointer.
And a violation here
on Fond du Lac. Here's the shot by Greshel.
Oh, nice job. Rebound put right back in by Sprader.
Dominic Call finds Derek Bach. Another three-pointer. No. Rebound to Greshel. He's had a few tonight.
Yes, he has. He's an excellent basketball game so far.
Going to the glass and a nice play, Matt Sprader.
Rice Lake's able to get back, and Fond du Lac took advantage of that right to the glass and laid it in.
8 points for Sprader. Fond du Lac by 11. Really, that's Rice Lake's game. Just try to beat you down court, but Fond du Lac getting it done that time.
Right, Sprader's got his average already.
Prado spinning, going in on Greshel and Ross, and a whistle on a foul. It's going to send Trey Crowder to the free throw line, where he's scored a number of his points. That foul goes on Ross.
That's good.
Ross has 3 personal fouls, yeah. Crowder a little short on that one. Casey Wiest back in for Fond du Lac. And 31 Lick in.
They're down 11 here now. About 3 minutes to go here. But they got to kind of get that down to about 5 or 6 points on it going in the fourth quarter. They'll be in good shape. That's going to be tough for them to come back.
Prado's numbers. Now has 9 points, approaching his average. We've got a timeout on the floor. We will take one as well to hear a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
They run out again?
Success on the court is built on hard work, commitment, and support. The same values necessary to make Wisconsin's public schools great schools. Great schools place students in classrooms that work. Great schools depend on great teachers and staff. And ultimately, great schools benefit everyone. Please support the investments and initiatives that make our schools great, because every kid deserves a great school.
We are back at the Kohl Center. Fond du Lac leading Rice Lake 32-22. 2:55 to go here. Third quarter. You don't need to have high-scoring games to have exciting basketball games. Look at Fond du Lac in 1916. You're knocking off Grand Rapids 22-7. There's some good defense there, Pat.
I guess. Is Grand Rapids, is that Wisconsin?
That's a good question. I know there's a Grand Rapids, Minnesota.
Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Sure.
Back in 1916, maybe it was a long... Oh, okay.
I see.
Wisconsin Rapids.
Okay. They called it Grand Rapids back then. They were so ashamed by that 7-point output, they changed the name. Are you from Grand Rapids? No, never heard of it. I'm from Wisconsin Rapids. Oh, okay.
Michigan, Minnesota, no, Wisconsin Rapids.
Yeah. So Fond du Lac to throw it in. Springborn driving in. Throw in the corner, Saberlick. Back to Sprader, who's had a very nice game.
Nice job, being very patient at running the motion offense. They're really 4-man motion or a 5-man motion. Right now it's pretty much 5-man with Ross out of the game with 3 fouls.
Sprader, shot up, no, tapped around. Loose ball picked up, Fond du Lac. Greshel tries the 3-pointer, no. Rebound going up high for that one, 44 Greg Fisher.
This kept alive by Greshel. Lama have a second, third attempt at the basket here.
Players hitting the deck for Rice Lake. The Warriors trying to cut through that defense. Shot, no. That time by Fisher goes out of bounds, and the Warriors will keep it.
Again, now with a couple minutes left to go in the second quarter, down only 10 points. You still got to get to about that 5-6 mark we talked about. And you have a chance right here with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter.
They get it to Crotto. He'll put up the shot over Greshel and hits. That's a 2-pointer, 11 points now for Trey Crotto.
Back away, here comes the run and jump a little bit. A nice job of handling the press.
Dick Diener wants motion from his team. They lead by 8. Springborn driving, finds Greshel, goes to the glass. Can't get the shot to drop, but he draws the personal foul.
That's right, very aggressive, took the ball right to the glass. And with Ross out of the game, Greshel's really their leader right now.
Well, and if Fond du Lac should advance in this ball game and has a chance to play in tomorrow, it's a good way to keep your big guy rested.
That's right. That's right. And of course, with Fond du Lac now, Rice Lake only had 24 points, but I was looking at the stats here. When they played Stevens Point, their second game, they gave up 33. And they played Nina, they only gave up 44. And to get it, the Beach Sheboygan only gave up 44. So this is not out of the norm for Fond du Lac. They played excellent defense their last 3 games to get here. And beat some awful good basketball teams to hold them down. They said 33 and 2 teams to 44.
And this is not the norm for the Rice Lake Warriors, averaging 66.2 points on the season per game. Right now, they're stuck on 24.
That's right. We just have never really gotten to the floor of the game yet. Oh, turnover here.
Steal by Shavy. Goes up, lays it in. John Shavy gives Fond du Lac an 11-point lead. Biggest lead of the ball game for the Cardinals. Oh, driving, bucket, and the foul.
That was a much-needed basket right there.
Well, you see what Rice Lake wants to do when the Warriors are running. And can get something going. They can go to the basket. Well, that just has not happened very often tonight.
No, they haven't. And that time, Fond du Lac, nobody really sealed off the drive. They made the move at the top of the 3-point line, called it right down the basket and laid it in.
And this is big for Fond du Lac, too. Steal by Shavy and the bucket.
Right. That's right, because went back from an 8-10-point to 12-point lead.
Steve Magoon back in for Rice Lake as Dominic Call goes to the free throw line, trying to complete the traditional 3-point play.
Good Call's been a pretty good free throw shooter, about 72, 73 for the year.
Nice rotation on that one. Got the lead back into single digits. It's an 8-point lead for Fond du Lac.
Play comes to a press now. He'll try and get some on the press.
Under a minute to go here. Third quarter. Whistle and a foul, and that's going to go on 24, Adam Prohovnik. That is his second personal foul. Third team foul. For Rice Lake, plenty of fouls to give.
Be critically enough, Rice Lake get a stop. And Fond du Lac scores. That'll be awful difficult for Rice Lake to come back in the fourth quarter.
You'd like some momentum going into that fourth quarter. Fond du Lac has it. It's an 8-point lead.
They're very patient. They're doing a nice job of taking care of the basketball, working for a good shot, and playing excellent defense on the other end. And obviously that's what got them down to Madison to begin with.
Dick Diener wants one shot. And this is Fond du Lac basketball. This is how the Cards got down here. Playing tough defense. Good ball control. Handling the pressure well so far, just as they did in the sectionals.
And now we're down to about 10 seconds now. We'll see what we're going to get here.
Greshel. Driving baseline. Swings it. Loose ball, Bagoon fires it down. That one's short, the horn sounds. We have played 3 quarters. Fond du Lac leads Rice Lake 35-27. And now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station.
The brain basically has 2 sides. The right side, which is the pizza side, or the left side, which is the sandwich side. Thanks to the revolutionary new Pizzone from Pizza Hut, the conflict between the 2 sides is over. Finito. No mas. Because the Pizzone is the pizza you eat like a sandwich. It's mozzarella cheese and tantalizing toppings. Sandwich, calzone style. 51 cubic inches of perfection. So big, we dare you to eat it alone. $5.99 or have a Pizzone party. 2 for $10.99. The Pizzone revolution, only at Pizza Hut. Join us.
When you check out American's audio and video departments, you'll find that we have more choices and more of the big brands. You'll also discover the very latest in audio and video product innovation. And at American, there's one thing that all these brands and all this technology have in common: the low market price. It's what we guarantee. And American has come up with a pretty easy way to pay for it with no money down and no interest till the year 2004. There's no better time to check us out. The low market price and 0 interest financing till 2004 at American.
Back at the Kohl Center. Youngsters, somewhat interested. They're enjoying the spectacle.
He's odd. He's odd by. There we go. He's waving. See a little right hand. He waved at the camera there.
There you go.
He is.
Here's your game summary, sponsored by Wisconsin's Genuine Community Banks. Financial power right here at home on the web at communitybankers.org. 3-point shooting, 0-6 for Rice Lake. Good thing the Warriors are hitting their free throws.
That's right. Just keeping them in a basketball game, because Rice Lake, I don't think, has ever gone 0 for 6 for 3 quarters so far this whole year. But they're going to have to get 1 or 2 3 balls this quarter, I think.
A team that shot 36.2% from behind the arc this season. Warriors have the ball to open up this 4th quarter. Bagoon blocked. Prado. Yes.
Big bucket. Now they're back to 6.
Now what Rice Lake needs is a couple defensive stops.
Need to get a turnover off the press. Like I said, Dino talked about handling the press, okay? And then attacking the press. Got to handle it first, then attack it. They've done a nice job of it.
Springborn swings it. Millich, 3-pointer. Hit a couple in the first half. That one long. Rebound. Bagoon. So now Rice Lake trying to cut into that lead even further.
Coach Johnson giving a signal on a certain play. A little swing. Screen and roll. A double screen coming off the side.
3-pointer, no good, but the rebound, Prado had it momentarily, but it winds up in the hands of Mike Millich.
That would have been the first 3. They'd have put it back within 3 points.
Hall normally shoots 45% from behind the 3-point arc, but those shots from outside not going for Fond du Lac. Excuse me, not going for Rice Lake. That one not going for Fond du Lac as Millich tries another 3-pointer.
Millich open, he's letting it go up, but he's not hitting them like he did early part of the first quarter.
Here's Crotto. He'll try a 3-pointer. That one's short. Rebound underneath. Who's got it? Bagoon had it momentarily, and he is fouled from behind by Ross. Whoa. And that is number 4 on the big man at Ross.
Loose ball, that's a tough call. He's going to have to get him out. They got a 6:34 left. He's got to come out. He's got 4 already. He's telling coach he wants to stay in, but you know what happened in your girls' state tournament last year in a championship game? And I forget who it was, but she had 4 fouls, and they didn't sub right away. And she got the ball charged, gone. Halfway through the 3rd quarter, the girl from Waukesha was gone.
Casey Wiest replacing West. Excuse me, Ross. I keep on saying Ed West, the former Packers tight end. They call him the toolbox. 3-pointer on the way. And Derek Bach is fouled by Grushel. Now Derek Bach gets to go to the free throw line with 3 chances.
Blocked him out, yeah. Foul him on the 3-point shot.
So Derek Bach, who hits 82% of his free throws on the season, has a chance to bring Rice Lake even closer in this one, of course, without any time elapsing. The 2002 WIAA tournament is brought to you by the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board. Milk from Wisconsin's dairy producers. Remember to grab a tall glass of cold milk at every meal. Got milk?
They're 2 in a row here now. Again, that's critical. Dominic Paul drills the lane there. Some contact and no foul. He got the ball back out front. Missed the shot and fouled.
Bach 3 of 3 from the free throw line, and all of a sudden, this is a 3-point game.
Yeah, now we get a ball game, Bob. 3-point game. Coach Rice Lake's been a long time. Here comes the pressure. Nice shot.
Has a man underneath. The Gresham will take it in, blocked from behind by Crotto. Bagoon saves it, goes to Millage. And another steal. But a foul will go on Rice Lake on Dominic Call, and not a popular call in the Rice Lake cheering section.
No, I think they thought it should have went the other way, the Rice Lake people.
That's team foul number 4, 2 on Dominic Call. If you're the Warriors, you got to be happy you've cut into this lead.
Well, big time was 8. Now she's down to 3. Still got 6 minutes left.
A 5-0 run for the Warriors to start this fourth quarter. Springboard, wild shot.
Yeah, that was not a good shot.
They fired ahead to Quinn, but it's taken away, and a nice play by Sprader. The fast break just has not been there for Rice Lake tonight.
No, but if that comes down, that's their 3rd time so far today.
Off the glass, no good by Casey Wiest, but a foul.
That's right, the 3rd time they've had a turnover and not convert on the other end of the floor. Not very good decisions right there. Now they get back and foul and got a chance to increase the lead here.
Take a look at Casey Wiest. And he will go to the free throw line. And we have a timeout. Mike Johnson wants a 30-second timeout. We'll talk to his Warriors, but Rice Lake has trimmed this lead. It's down to 3 points. It was 8 at the start of the quarter.
Kind of like our game this afternoon. Madison was in charge, and all of a sudden back came Appleton, and the guys that got the last couple minutes to quite a basketball game, got right down the end.
Got to play a full 32 minutes.
That's right.
No one gives you anything if you won after 3 quarters.
But I'll tell you something else I think it's key to this basketball game. Fond du Lac plays in a college court over in Oshkosh Road to get here. And the Rice Lake players play in the high school. I think it takes a while to get used to that extra 10 feet.
Both teams get a chance to work out on the way down here on the bigger court. But yeah, you're right. If you have some game experience on the big court, it certainly does help.
I think it makes a difference in the press, too. You got 10 more feet to work with. It's not quite as easy to press full court, I don't think, with a college court versus a high school court.
Here's Casey Wiest at the free throw line. His first point of the game comes at a crucial time. That's the first point of this fourth quarter for Fond du Lac. It had been an 8-0 run to start the quarter. Wiest wanted 2. So now Rice Lake down 4, trying to cut into this lead even further.
There's a special play now. Top the hat here, a little screen and roll, I think.
No matter what the play is, you got to figure Crotto's going to touch the ball a lot. Nice move, left hand, no. Tipped around. Bagoon had it momentarily. Whistle and a foul inside. And that's going to go on Rice Lake. Bagoon picks up the personal foul. That is his 2nd.
That was a nice move by Crotto. Actually switched hands in midair and shot like you said, and picked up a foul. Again, a hustle foul, went to the glass. And
16 fouls on Rice Lake. So the next one on the Warriors will put the Cards in the bonus. Gresham, trouble throwing that one in. Gets it ahead. Here comes Sprader. The pass.
Travel.
Bucket and the foul.
Oh. Coach Johnson wants to travel there. He got fouled. I think he traveled first.
Rice Lake fouls up to 42, Steve Bagoon.
Steve Bagoon picks up the personal foul. That's the 3rd foul now. And it'll send Wiest back to the free throw line. So Fond du Lac answering that run now of Rice Lakes.
Very close to a 5-second count, too, with it up in air. Just about caught in about 4.5 seconds and down the other end and got fouled.
Originally said bucket in the foul. That one, of course, waved off. Wiest instead will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Back to an 8-point game. Pass down low. Quinn in the lane. Puts up the shot. Fouled on the way up.
Got
that foul goes on Shavy.
Got the ball inside the lane pretty low there. I head fake and drew the foul.
Dustin Quinn to the free throw line. 5 team fouls now on Fond du Lac. Free throw shooting in this game has really kept Rice Lake in it.
Yes, it has. I don't know if they've gone another game yet all year long. But they played 25 games, 24 games out of a 3-point shot. But it's unbelievable that you're playing Madison and they're down only 5 points. 5 minutes, some odd seconds to go, and have not made a 3-point shot. If they make a 3-point shot here, you'll see the Rice Lake fans will erupt here.
Adam Prohovnik in, Steve Bagoon out, so Mike Johnson going with that smaller lineup now. Get some quickness on the floor to try to turn up the defensive intensity. 38-34 your score.
Fond du Lac has done an excellent job of attacking the Rice Lake press zone.
Nearly a steal there, but a foul.
The Rice Lake foul is number 30, Justin Quinn, his third.
Quinn picks up the personal foul. That is his third, and Fond du Lac now in the bonus. Springborn to the free throw line.
That's their 8th foul now. Come more, they've been a double bonus. Be a big difference, but probably about 3 minutes to go. They're down to free throws, I think.
Springborn, just a sophomore. And a nice future ahead of him.
Yes, he does. He's been a big key so far. Rice Lake's not been able to have him have any turnovers so far, or force him into any turnovers. Does a nice job getting the ball there to the people.
Chris Miller, number 10. Another sophomore in for Rice Lake. Two for Springborn. Fond du Lac 40, Rice Lake 34. Bach pulls up, gets that one to drop.
Pull up and shot it. Tough shot to defend when you do that.
Pass comes into Springborn, dribbles through traffic, gets it ahead. Shot off the glass, no, but a foul. Fond du Lac doing a nice job to break that pressure.
Oh, yes. Springborn.
See how they do it.
Got that basketball on the side. Watch this. Goes down. Oh, no look pass to. Look right, pass left. Wide open. He missed the shot, but drew the foul.
Casey Wiest has 3 points. All from the free throw line. They're short on that one.
I think the stats are right, but they got to shoot about 25% for the year from the free throw line. He's made like 1, 2, and missed about 3 or 4. If that's stats right, they gave us.
He's at 1 or 2 on that trip. 5-point lead for Fond du Lac. Rice Lake has trailed throughout in this game. The Warriors have hung around thanks to some hot free throw shooting. So far, not getting anything behind the arc. Prado drives, swatted away by Greshel.
Oh, wow. He put the story of the game right as far as I'm concerned. Turnover here, though.
Rice Lake forces the turnover. Paul finds Prado. Pushed down low by Greshel. You see Trey Prado a little frustrated. Those two have been waging war all evening.
That's right. You can tell Greshel 6'4", Prado 6'5". Good matchup. He gave him a good shove there.
Pass down low. Off the glass and in. Chris Miller.
3-point game with 4 minutes to go, Bob.
2 points for Miller. Well, we had 2 great games this afternoon. Looks like we're going to have a third tonight.
Almost got that steal right there.
Open. Shavy. 3-pointer. No. Rebound Rice Lake. Tipped out of bounds. Whose ball? It's pointing the Warriors' way.
In for Rice Lake, number 44, Greg Fisher.
44, Greg Fisher in for Rice Lake. And Mike Millage, 24, in for Fond du Lac. Trey Crotto gets a seat, but I'm guessing we're going to see him back in the game after a couple possessions.
It's a short rest. That's a short rest.
Dustin Quinn, one of the starters, back in. And with Crotto out, Dick Diener counters with 6'11" Ed Ross.
Well, he set out. We had 4 fouls. Now he's back in the ballgame with 3 to go. This might be quite a time for Rice Lake to get their first 3-pointer. They've shot like 250-some, 60-some for the year. Made almost 100. It's unusual for him.
Driving that time off the foot of Derek Bach. Looked like he had a little bit of a lane there, but just off the toe.
Yep. Turnover. And Springborn again. Now they got a 3-on-1.
Ross backing in. Fouled on the way up. And that foul goes on Greg Fisher.
one thing. They're not making both their free throws. That Lake's do a lot of foul right now. I think we're probably going to be in a double bonus.
That is the 10th personal foul this half.
But they're making one out every two, and they're coming back, and they've cut into the lead. We're going to have a 3-point game here.
Ross 6 points on the night. The common wisdom is that if you've got a 2-shot attempt at the free throw line, that's a little less pressure than if you have to shoot 1 and 1. But again, you still have to make it.
It's true. It's psychological. You know, you got, well, you're going to get 2. Otherwise, you have to at least make the first one.
There's a braiding going on in the Fort Atkinson section. They're getting ready for their next game. That'll follow this one. Ross 1 or 2. 4-point game, just under 3.5 to go. Fourth quarter from the Kohl Center. Division I quarterfinals. Fisher finds Crotto. They swing at baseline. Shot on the way. Up and good by first one. Nick, that's the first one.
We got a 1-point game with 3 minutes to go.
Fondy swings it down to Miller. They set with Springborn. Rice Lake down 7 at the end of 1, down 7 at the half, down 8 after 3. The Warriors work their way back into this one. It's a 1-point ball game.
Rice Lake staying man-to-man here now, Bob. So got him back in the game, and Fond du Lac's been pretty patient.
Picks up the dribble. He gets the timeout.
That's a good move because he was at least 4. The ref was counting. He was at least 4.
Timeout on the floor. We will take one as well. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
I'll be working till the sun goes down. Done spent the time, another dollar bound. Sun goes down.
There's no way to describe the kind of risk a small business owner takes, but there is a way to insure it. Rural Mutual. We understand what's at stake.
Gonna be here, don't matter how long, till the sun goes down.
Menards is your bath remodeling headquarters. Start with a stylish corner shower from American Shower and Bath. This 32-inch white model is on sale, $179. A 38-inch chrome shower is $279. Finish your bath project with ceramic tiles from Styles. 8x8-inch Horizons tile is great for walls and floors, 77 cents each. 12x12 Dune tile is $1.79 each. Add style with tile from Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
He shot the second most on the team.
Back at the Kohl Center. Rice Lake had not hit a 3-pointer in this ball game until this right here from Adam Prohovnik. And that's got the Warriors down just by 1.
That's right. He's their second leading 3-point shooter. He shot over 50 so far for the year. And he hit that one.
Fond du Lac, the early lead up 15-8 after 1. Pretty even in quarters 2 and 3. But now Rice Lake doubling up Fond du Lac in this fourth quarter. And that's why we have a 1-point game. About 2.5 to go. Springborn.
He's done a nice job of handling basketball all evening for Fond du Lac here for a sophomore.
Sprader has it tipped away by Call, but Sprader recovers. Now Springborn. Greshel. Crotto on him. That's been an outstanding matchup all
That's
ball
right.
game.
So's one with a call here, and Sprader's been a heck of a matchup here. They switch men here, a little running jump. They switch it.
They go inside to Greshel. Backs it on Crotto. Blocked, but a foul. Well, Bagoon looked like he got the ball, but
the ref must have said he got the body.
Prohovnik got a little body. The YMCA, we let that go.
I heard about you in the YMCA in Eau Claire from my son Michael. Yeah, you let us stuff go. Yeah, all kinds of stories. They say you never fall. But you always get.
You know, last year we did a story on retiring referees, Bob Lesneski and Ken Van Ness from Eau Claire, both members of the Y up there. And sort of the standing joke is every time those two guys walk through a gym, they want to grab a whistle. You can blow a foul on anybody. at any time.
You know those gentlemen well. They had a great career.
That they did. Close it out here at the Bull Center last year. 1 or 2 for Gresham.
So he's making 1 out of 2 each time. That's allowed Rice Lake to get right back in this ball game. We're heading down for a tie here, Bob.
Rice Lake throws it away.
Hey, whistle that baby. Look at hard.
Hey, Bagoon had some juice on that basketball. Turnover there for the Warriors. Now Fond du Lac, we can expect more patience from the Cardinals.
Spring right out of there. He's really a heady ball player, I tell you that, Bob.
Fouled there by Dustin Quinn. So Springborn now will go to the free throw line. Dustin Quinn's 4th personal foul.
At the line for Fond du Lac, Roddy Springborn, shooting 2.
I think he's the only guy from Fond du Lac that made both his free throws. I think he was 2 for 2 last time. He's got a nice rotation. Great follow through if he does the same thing here. Watch his follow through. Nice snap with the wrist there, I'll tell you.
Dick Dino says that point guard is doing a nice job contributing and distributing the ball.
He's done an excellent job tonight, I'll tell you. Without him, they wouldn't be in this position.
Sophomores grew up awfully quick in the Fox Valley Association, especially sophomore point guards.
I believe he's 4 for 4 from the line here now.
Back to a 4-point lead for Fond du Lac. Bach, 3-pointer on the way. No. Call had it. Tipped out of bounds by Dominic Call. So Fond du Lac basketball. Concern on Mike Johnson's face. His team had it down to 1. But Springborn, it's him with the basketball, 2 free throws, make it a 4-point game. He's hacked from behind by Dustin Quinn, and that'll be it for Dustin Quinn. That's 5 personal fouls on him. So Springborn back to the free throw line.
I think Coach John's going to take that 30 seconds before he makes the sub, talk to his players, kind of get extra time out here.
Dustin Quinn, 2 points, 1 rebound for the junior. He will be back, but sure, like the rest of the underclassmen on the Rice Lake bench, they want to keep playing this season.
Oh, you bet. You bet. There's still a lot of time left. Minute 12. They've been usually missing their free throws or making 1 out of 2. Although with Springborn going the line right now, he's 4 for 4.
Dancing in the Fond du Lac section. Their team with a 4-point lead, 1:12 to go. And the Cardinals, Robbie Springborn on the free throw line. Chance to add to his point total. He's got 7 right now. There you see Fond du Lac hitting free throws to perhaps put this one away.
He's 5 for 5, I think, right now. You know, he's come a long ways. You know, plus look at the great guards that have come out of Fond du Lac the last couple years. Coach Dinner's 2 sons and his nephew, and one's at Marquette, one's at DePaul, and one's at St. Louis, I believe.
Springborn, 6 of 6 from the free throw line this quarter. It's a 6-point lead for Fond du Lac. Approaching the 1-minute mark. Prado can't clear himself with a shot yet. He backs in. On Gresham, goes up, glass, good.
Tough shot, good defense, but he still hit the shot. 4 points.
Prado has 15. Rice Lake can't get the trap on the sideline. Fondy gets it back up top. Millage.
Yeah, double the ball, now a foul.
Loose ball and a foul. Rice Lake nearly getting a steal that time.
It was close. It was close.
Rice Lake foul is number 42, Steve Bagoon.
Instead, the foul goes on Steve Bagoon. He's got 4. But with just 40.4 seconds to go, he will stay in the ballgame. Matt Sprader, 8 points. Back in the free throw line for Fond du Lac. Well, this is the stuff coaches work out in practice all the time. Free throws in pressure situations. You try to create what you can in practice. Doesn't quite simulate this, but the work paying off so far for Fondy.
Nope. And they got 3 timeouts left. Rice Lake, they're going to need them all, I think, with 40 seconds here.
Timeout on the floor. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
They are there all through the day. They help us get where we want to go. They make what we need and protect what we have. They help us understand each other. They design most anything. They build most everything. They keep the record straight. They show us the way. They show us the world. They show us the future. They are graduates of Wisconsin technical colleges. Where would we be without them?
Okay, who are you?
The milkman?
Do you have a sidekick?
No.
A nemesis?
A what?
A bad guy?
I'm a people person.
Have you been fighting crime long?
I don't fight crime.
What do you fight?
Osteoporosis. A never-ending supply of milk. And chocolate milk.
Want strong bones? Calcium may help prevent osteoporosis.
Special kid.
Fond du Lac with the 5-point lead over Rice Lake. 40.4 seconds to go here in this fourth quarter. It's been a competitive basketball game so far. Rice Lake battling back into this one. A good fourth quarter, but Fond du Lac holding off the Warriors. Cards, some good free throw shooting. Try to tack on a few more points right here.
They're a double bonus right now, too, makes a big difference. They made about, I think, 6 straight free throws now.
Schrader knocks one down.
I need a 3-ball and timeout here now.
6-point lead. Bach inside. Prado off the glass. Good. Timeout, Rice Lake.
Take the easy two. You still got 30 seconds left. Down 4. Try and go for the steal. If you don't get it, they'll cross 10-second line. They'll foul them.
Well, what do you tell your team at this point of the game, Pat?
Well, right now, you got to say, look, we're down 4. We're going to go for the steal, first of all. If we don't get the steal, number 2, we got to foul them, all right? As soon as we can, I'd say try not to foul 13. Make anybody else, because he's already 4 for 4, 5 for whatever he is. But you got to go for the steal. I don't think he'll guard the inbound guy. He'll probably play 5-on-4 and try and get a 5-second count. They almost got one here halfway through the third quarter and ended up throwing it long about 4 seconds. I don't think they'll guard the inbounds guy and go 5-on-4. And that'll take away the long pass. Let's see what they're going to do.
Dick Diener going to his bench. He's got a lot of good ball handlers on the floor right now. Here you see the 3-point shooting. Rice Lake, that big 3 by Prohavnik to cut the lead down to 1. But aside from that, I think the Warriors could have got a couple of those threes to drop.
So they're guarding the inbounds guy. How to trap them?
Springborn followed by Crotto. So just a few ticks of the clock.
Yeah, 1.6. And sometimes you don't have a choice. I mean, they got the ball out in his hands, you know. You got to get the clock stopped. That's the main thing.
Chess match continuing between these coaches. Springborn.
I don't know if the clock is right with 2 timeouts left. They said there was 3 timeouts left. They've taken 2 cents in, so I don't know exactly how many timeouts Rice Lake has left. But
Ross back in. Defensive substitution. Fisher and Miller back in for Rice Lake.
Putting in a couple more shooters here right now. They'll put Paul back in for the defensive end, I think. Because Miller's a good outside shooter for him as well. He's hit a couple big baskets for him in the sectional. Now they have another shooter on the floor. They made their free throws.
11 points for Springborn. Rice Lake needs some points in a hurry. Prohavnik, 3-pointer short. And Fond du Lac basketball.
That was a set play, too. A good set play, got open shot, and just didn't hit it.
Had a decent look at that one. Just couldn't quite get that one drop. Corey Kraut-Kramer back in for Rice Lake. Fisher out for the Warriors. Millage to trigger it in. Finds Springborn. They have to foul him. And he will go to the free throw line. Springborn is racking up a lot of points at the free throw line.
Yes, he is. What is he?
Don Kerr is adding it up. Tells us that Springborn has hit 8 in a row.
Wow.
In this quarter alone.
Well, you watch him. He's got great technique. All the young kids watching this game tonight, I watch his legs and his release, and especially his follow through.
Plays with a lot of confidence for a sophomore.
He's playing a lot better than a sophomore tonight, I'll tell you.
And look at the season free throw percentage, but players mature over the course of a season.
Wow. 59 and 60%, whatever it is, 90 tonight. And a chance to get better.
Someone will ask him, how'd you shoot last season? Well, I was a 90% free throw shooter when it mattered.
Look at that, 10 for 11.
Well, free throw shooting helped keep Rice Lake in this ball game. But free throw shooting for Fond du Lac looks like it's going to end Rice Lake's season. Well, 1 or 2 that time. Put a little jinx on him. Paul will fire up the three-pointer online. Rims out. Loose ball. Rebound Greshel. Prado will fire it. He is fouled on the way up, but with 7.1 seconds, this is a big margin.
Yes, it is.
Points.
At the line for Rice Lake,
Prado goes to the free throw line. Good ball game for him. But he has worked for every single one of those 17 points.
You're absolutely correct. That's done a great job on him. 17, but he's done a heck of a job. The entire Fond du Lac team's done a great job. I mean, they've given up 46 points, and their average for the year, is 46.8, so right on their average.
A little short that time, tipped around. Rice Lake gets it back. Off the glass, no. Rebound Greshel. And the Fond du Lac Cardinals are going to advance to the Division I semifinals. Fond du Lac defeats Rice Lake by a final of 52-46. And now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station.
Big Mike's delivers.
Pure, clean water. Often taken for granted, but not by us. Since 1947, Sam's rotary well drillers have been serving satisfied customers throughout Wisconsin. And we understand the responsibility of tapping into one of our most precious natural resources. With 8 rigs and state-of-the-art equipment, our experienced well drillers get the job done right the first time. Now that's something you can take for granted.
Toyota's nationwide spring event has good things waiting, like incredible values. And with 18 models to choose from, you'll find your dream Toyota. Check out the sensational all-new Matrix, a brand new breed of transportation, and the totally transformed Corolla. Now serious value meets serious fun. Hurry to Toyota's nationwide spring event. See your Toyota dealer now.
Big Mike's delivers.
Fond du Lac defeats Rice Lake in this Division I quarterfinal, 52-46. Now it's time to show you the Click It, Why Risk It play of the game, and that is brought to you by the Department of Transportation and NHTSA. Buckle up so you can stay in the game. And a steal right there by John Shavy. He lays it up and in. That's your Click It, Why Risk It play of the game.
Your life is a road. You drive it. Seatbelts. You use them. Why? Because seatbelts help keep you, your family, your friends safe. You never know when you might need them. Like when your ride comes to a sudden stop. So next time you hop in your truck, buckle up. After all, it's your life. It's your road. Make it a long one.
We are back at the Kohl Center, ready to look at some second half highlights and second half stats. You know, big cheer coming out of that Rice Lake cheering section, not because of the game, just because of an announcement that school is canceled on Friday up in Rice Lake because of all the snow.
He said the weather's bad up there. They had a big applause, so no school for him tomorrow.
Well, and of course, disappointment because the season comes to an end, but of course, no losers at the state tournament as we get set to check out our second half highlights. Rice Lake trailed in this one by 8 points. 35-27 after 3. Dreschel missing that time, but a nice putback by Sprader.
A real nice job there.
Fond du Lac building that lead, and there's Sprader again.
Yeah, right to the glass. One of the few times Rice Lake didn't get back.
Here's the play we showed you moments ago, the steal by Shavy. But then Rice Lake battling back. Dominic Paul going to the glass, getting the bucket and the foul.
Yeah, nice drive, another nice drive here, pull up by Bach here.
Then a nice pass down low to Chris Miller.
Nice fake, got him off his feet, put on the glass.
And that's the only three-pointer of the game, and that's Adam Prohovnik, and that pulled Rice Lake within 1. However, after that, a lot of free throws for Fond du Lac. That's one reason why the Cardinals advance in this one. Your final stats. Fondy the advantage, shooting from the field, and look at the free throws. Really, Rice Lake doing a nice job as well, and that's what kept the Warriors in the ball game through 3 quarters. But down the stretch, Fondy 20 of 27.
That's right, and a lot of those free throws came Rice Lake in the first half. But in the second half here, they went 20 for 27, and Springborn was, what, I think 11 out of 12 or 10, 11, and that was the difference. To move on to the tournaments, you have to make your free throws, and that's exactly what they did.
Here are your leading scorers. Trey Crotto ending his career at Rice Lake High School, 18 points. Derek Bach 8. Steve Bagoon with 6 for Fond du Lac. Robbie Springborn, the sophomore point guard, leading the way with 12 points. Matt Sprader with 10, and Lee Dreschel with 8. So Fond du Lac coming into this tournament with a record of 14-10, but it's the Cardinals advancing to the semis.
That's right, and they played great defense. We talked about before, the last 3 games, 33 points, 44, 44, and 46, and that's exactly what they had to do. And it's going to be a great second game because Fond du Lac is playing with confidence. They've had a tough conference to get here, and, you know, anything can happen, but they're moving on, and the records are deceiving, and, you know, give them credit. And again, like you and I talk, there's no real losers game like this, Bob, just the score. That's the only game. Rice Lake had a great season, not to be ashamed of. They're going home, right? And Fond du Lac's moving on.
Doesn't matter how you get here, just as long as you get here.
That's
free
correct.
throws don't make a lot of the highlights that we sports guys have, but free throws very important in this last ball game.
That's right, especially when they get the double bonus, and they had to foul. They had to foul. They did it. You know, for a while they were making 1 for 2 and come back. And Rice Lake actually got back with 1 point. Fond du Lac was making 1, 2, but then down the stretch, they made, I don't know, probably 12 out of 14, something like that. And that's what you have to have.
1 ball game left on this Thursday. Pat, a pleasure working with you. We'll see you again tomorrow.
My pleasure. Thank you much.
All right. We're going to step aside to hear a message from your local stations. This is your WIAA network station.
Just once I want these guys at Subway to talk to me about something besides food. Hey, Scott.
Hey, Jim.
You know that girl at the pet store?
The redhead?
She's asking about you.
The one who feeds the lizards and the turtles?
Yeah, you got something you want me to tell her?
Yeah. Tell her that right now, Subway has a tasty Mediterranean chicken sandwich. Tender roasted chicken breast with crumbled feta cheese, black olives, and a tangy Greek vinaigrette dressing, all on fresh baked bread. It's an exotic taste from Subway.
Scott, you don't get out very much, do you?
Subway, eat fresh!
Do you want to buy from the #1 volume